Going here. Make sure we're all set up. And we are ready to roll. We're live. What do we got here? October 7th. From here on out, we're going to be doing lives every Monday for the rest of the season up until April. So basically, we've got lives going every Monday. Every Wednesday, we've got the shred letter dropping. If you don't know about the shred letter, I will talk a little more about that later. And then every Thursday, we have our videos of the week dropping here on YouTube. So it's really exciting getting back into the season. We haven't done too many live chats. So I'm excited to see how that goes and where that goes. And yeah, I think it'll be fun. On this episode of Monday Lives at 5, we're going to be doing a little studio tour. I'm going to show you the new space we have here, how I've got it set up for the editing area as well as the filming area, and yeah, what we got going on here. We'll also be talking about Argentina and how that went. We've got one more Argentina video dropping in 2 weeks, and that's going to be a really fun one, another backcountry video. But to start off, let's see, we got one comment here from Headshot LMFAO. When will we get a Capita Kazoo review? Thanks. That is a board that we are carrying at radio for the first time in a while at radio again this year. So I haven't ridden it yet, but we will have demos of it. So I will be getting on that board once the snow hits and once the lifts start spinning. And I've been really, interested in riding that board to see what the deal is. And I know I've been getting a lot of questions about that board from a bunch of you guys. So yeah, maybe December, I might do a little review, just kind of a breakdown overview of that board before then, but I really want to do a full comprehensive review on that board once I actually get to ride it. I think the Capita boards that I've been riding, like the Mega Death and the Black Snowboard of Death and the Mega Merc, are a little more suited to my style and what I like to ride and have fun on. I'm not sure the Kazoo will be that. I know I've felt it, it's stiff, it's an aggressive board for sure, but doesn't have too much side cut. It's not super turny, super carby. It's more just like a bomber of a board is what it seems like from first looking at it. But yeah, we'll see. Hopefully December, January, we can get a review on that board. But yeah, we started rolling out videos once September hit. If you haven't seen the Argentina videos yet, they're super fun. Really proud of those. We had an awesome trip. I headed down there by myself. And then I met up with Kevin from Snowboard Pro Camp, which was super fun. The video we dropped last week was the first video riding with Kevin, which was really cool because he actually uploaded a video on the same day from the same stuff that we filmed. So it was cool to see how we both did the same day of filming differently. He had his drone out, so it was really awesome that he was down to share the drone clips, and we kind of shared all our clips to make both of our videos better. And if you haven't seen that yet, oh man, that's one of my favorite videos I've worked on in a really long time. So make sure to go check that out. This week on Thursday, we'll be dropping another video, not for Argentina. The last Argentina video will be the following week, but this week we have some new gear that is dropping on Wednesday. Big exciting news from Burton. We got the new step-on bindings coming in, dropping this week, and we're gonna have a full breakdown video of what's new about them, what's exciting, should you get them, and yeah, I'm excited to put that one together too. And for all of those kind of videos, we are now filming right here in the studio, what I like to call the cave. I can give you a little bit of a tour right now, show you what we got going on. Let's flip this camera here. Oh, that didn't do it. Come on now, let's flip. Oh, I guess we're not flipping. All right, so I am currently down in this space, which is part of a bunch of artist studio spaces. The room I'm in used to be a radio room, which is why I've got this big window to the hallway, which is pretty fun. And then lucky enough to have already had this room soundproofed. So we've got like soundproofed walls and soundproof ceiling, which makes it really nice for filming in here. Have really good sound quality and all that. And then we've got an awesome track lighting system. We've got a nice little couch to chill on if I'm gonna be editing with other people. And then we also have the desk and editing area. This is where all the work gets done. Everything that I furnished this office with came from our local dump. They have a store, which is where they salvage stuff from going to the landfill. So this desk was $15. I got this awesome, let's move this cord. Got this awesome shelving unit for $10. This is where I keep all of my camera gear. Got the big gimbal up top here and everything I need. We've got a projector so we can do our own little video premieres on this wall. Camera bag with a new camera, which I'll show you in a little bit. And then we also got that chair from the dump for $5. And we got that chair from the dump for $1. We've got some art in here to make it all come together. And then this is the board corner, which is where I've been filming some talking head videos. But the best part of the whole studio, which is what I wanted for my dream space, is this backdrop, which I'll show you right here. We've got black and white, so we can just roll this down. That's a little dirty, but the idea is we can fully roll it down, and then we get some nice lights set up in here, and we've got a full little studio to shoot product really well, or just fun creative stuff. I haven't used it too much yet, but we will be soon. If you watched our Megadeth video from, that was our first video we dropped this season. That was all filmed like on this stuff. So we got black and white to make it look real nice in here. And then, yeah, we throw the lights in here. We've got this big shelf and the desk on wheels so they can all move out of here. And we're rocking and rolling just like that. And we've got this sweet cord over here. So we can just roll up nice, one little pull. We're in business. And then we got a black backdrop as well. And in the future, I hope to be getting a green one also so we can have a fun green screen. And then, yeah, these are some of my boards from the past, which I just like to put in the corner, make them look all nice. We've got 3 different Salomon Ultimate Rides. Got Salomon Assassin Pro, and then Capita Ultra Fear, which was my first Capita board that I ever got. We got some bibs from past competitions like the US Open qualifier, Seven Springs. That was the last time they had a qualifier for that event. Got a Mammoth Grand Prix. That was my first Grand Prix I ever competed in. We've got 2 other Grand Prix. I think we got a copper one and another Mammoth. That Mammoth was the last Grand Prix I competed in. And then last piece is we got a nice mountain burning that I did here. It's kind of based off of a picture, but also, yeah, a little bit of just off the top of the head. And then one of my favorite pieces in here is this Ralph Steadman collage print. Ralph Steadman was one of the guys that worked with Hunter S. Thompson for a lot of the Gonzo work, like a lot of the illustrations in Fear and Loathing, I believe, were Ralph Steadman. And if you ever saw the old Burton Easy Living board back in the day with the Gonzo graphic, that was a Ralph Steadman piece also. So that's it. We got the dream space in here. There's a bunch of other artists in this area. We've got a wood shop, which I can show you guys on another live some other time. There's a bunch of painters. We've got Nikki, my girlfriend, who's a photographer, right next door too, and she uses this space to have photo shoots as well. So it's all rolling. We're doing awesome down here, and yeah, we love the cave. Oh, got to show you a few more pieces that bring the room all together. This is a piece from local homie Axel Geitman. This old woodblock print he did. I like having that in here. And then this shot of me, which I took, I think that was from a video of Does the Megadeth Ride Good in Powder? And that's what that shot's from. But yeah, it's all rolling, and I'm stoked that we're down here. This is a dream spot for sure. We got some people in the chat. Let's if you got any questions on anything, whether it's stuff I'm talking about or gear questions or whatever, drop them in the comments. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I mentioned before we're like fully into our season of content. So what that looks like is live chats every Monday at 5, and then videos dropping on YouTube every Thursday. We might have some more videos through the week in addition to shorts that we'll be posting. And then every Wednesday, we've got the Shred Letter dropping, which is our weekly snowboarding newsletter. If you don't know about it, I will drop it in the chat right now. It's where we have a little more of a exclusive look and stories from what we've been doing. The Shred Letter dropped in the chat. And we always do that the day before we release our videos on Thursday. This upcoming week, we've got an interview with Kevin Pierce from Snowboard Pro Camp about being in Argentina and what he thought of it and how it compared to his other travels. So yeah, it's a free subscription. It gets sent to your email inbox, so you don't have to think about it, it just pops up. And yeah, it's another way to stay a part of what we got going here at Search of Snowboarding. Cameron, still selling snow cones in the off season. It's funny you bring that up because, well, no, we don't. That season, Snowy Pineapple runs from June to the end of August. But today I completely tore down the stand and moved it a few towns over for storage for the winter in a trailer. So it's all wrapped up. We are completely done with shave ice and Snowy Pineapple for the season, which is nice. We're on to this season of content in Search of Snowboarding. And with that, something I wanted to share with you guys. If you haven't noticed from the channel or from some of our posts, we have updated our logo, and I'm pretty excited about it. I'm kind of liking it. I want to know what you guys think. We just went with the straight SOS snowy letters. That's our new business card. I'm handing those out. I like it. I think we're gonna have stickers just like this. So let me know what you guys think about that. If you would be interested in SOS stickers that are kind of cut out, not a big square like that. And then hopefully we'll be doing some merchandise in the near future as well, with not only that logo, but with some other stuff I've been messing around with, different graphics. So yeah, really, really excited about that. But back to Argentina, that was a trip for the books, and it was different than like any other trip I'd been on, mainly because I was traveling by myself to a completely new place, and then meeting up with somebody who I didn't really know, Kevin, which was really cool because he's exactly like how he is if you watch his videos on Snowboard Pro Camp. Really, really chill dude, and it worked really well because we were really completely on the same page for plans and what we wanted to do on the mountain and where we wanted to go. Like, we were completely on the same page, which made things really easy and really fun too. We started in Bariloche. He had been there for a month before I got there. But when I got there, we spent like a week in Bariloche, and then after that, we went 4 hours south to this little town called Esquel, to a little resort called La Olla. And yeah, I wasn't sure if that was going to be a good call. We knew it was really good in Bariloche where we were, but I kind of wanted to go see other things being in a new country. And I'm glad we did go check it out because we were both stoked. We got some awesome riding in. That footage will be in the next video, which will be not this week, but next week. So keep an eye on that. Because it was insane, like some of the easiest side country I've ever ridden at any resort. Yeah, I'm just thinking back on it all. It was such a fun trip, so fun. But basically, when we got there to that other resort, it was really, it looked really barren. It's like in the middle of Patagonia where it's super windy and just seems like it always gets hammered by the wind, and the whole thing just looked windswept. The whole resort barely even looked like a resort. But when we got there, we had talked to a few locals, and they said it had just been a really bad snow year down there, which is why it looked like it did. But we found the best snow in that whole area in the backcountry, and we hiked up to the ridge like very quick, maybe like, I don't know, 500 feet, maybe less. And then we would walk out across the ridge to these side country zones and drop in all the way right back to the lift and do it over again. So it was these big, long lines that were just so accessible that were almost like, they were like completely lift access, which is such a sweet thing to get. But yeah, I was blown away by the scenery, especially in Bariloche at Cerro Catedral. When you're on the resort, you're just above, like, Bariloche is in the Lake District of Patagonia. It's kind of the northern entrance of Patagonia. So you're just above like the most beautiful, long, huge lake, like riding down that really long cat track on the lookers right of the mountain. If you watch my first video from Argentina, you'll know what I'm talking about. And then just like looking the other way behind the mountain, it was like, it just seemed like endless mountains, like huge mountains. And that backcountry zone we were riding in, it was called Mini Alaska. And I've been lucky enough to go to Alaska, and just like the way the rocks were shaped, it definitely looked like a smaller version of Alaska, but with still like exceptional riding, and we got it so good. I really had tried to keep my expectations low going into the trip, because I know snowboarding super weather dependent. You can have like a bunch of weather days where the resort might not even be open, and I didn't go planning for the sickest powder of my life, although it did snow a ton like the day after I left, but that's okay. So yeah, I had low expectations, and yeah, that made it nice, because it just was more surprising and made it better when we got it as good as we did. Like the Bluebird day we had somewhat fresh snow, like 3 inches of fresh snow. So we had like a Bluebird great snow backcountry day, which is in the video from last week from Argentina. And yeah, it's on the list to go back, especially because I did not get to go to Las Leñas, which is further north of Bariloche, and that seems like the resort you want to go to. It seems like they have some insane terrain that runs right back into the resort. I don't know if it's inbounds or out of bounds, off piste, whatever. So that's on the list to go check out, along with Chile. I was kind of up in the air deciding between Chile and Argentina, and just went with Argentina this year, especially because I saw Kevin was out there and we were able to link up. But we'll have to go back down to South America for Chile to ride the other side of the Andes in the future. I don't know when that will be. But after I left, Kevin, he did go up to Las Leñas. I think he got some really good snow. I didn't get to hear too much about it. I know it was a gnarly drive for him going from Bariloche up that way. But I know he'll be posting videos on that soon. So I'm excited to see what the rest of his trip was like, because I was there for 2 weeks in total. He was there for 2 months in total. And yeah, I'm stoked. It was like such a good way to start the season. And it was really weird coming from like middle of summer here into like kind of winter, kind of spring there. And I think it's keeping me, I'm still excited for this winter, but it's keeping me a little like calmer going into this season because I just got some of the like sickest boarding in the world in the Andes and the longest mountain range in the world. So grateful we were able to make that trip happen. All right, we got more people tuning in here. Who's ready for the season? Where's everybody going to be riding this year? Or just where are you tuning in from now? I want to get this chat going. Let's get it going. If you're just tuning in, we're going to be doing live chats every Monday. We'll have some guests in here when we can, and we'll keep these videos up to watch. Anybody can watch them back afterwards. But now is your chance to get the live Q&A going, and if you have any questions on boards or gear or any resorts or whatever, drop them in the comments because you got me now. One of the things that was cool in Argentina with Kevin was we went live at the end of the trip, which was my last night there actually, and it was a cool way to just wrap everything up. We had a great conversation just about how the whole trip went. It's still on his channel if you want to check that out. But like being able to like have a conversation around that like re-sparked my mind about like all the awesome things that just made the trip worth it. And it's something that I want to do on trips from here on out, is have like a wrap up conversation with who I'm with. Because I thought it was just the perfect way to end it all, and the people that were staying up on his videos appreciated it too. It was really cool. Really cool getting to link up with him, and hopefully we'll get some more trips with him and some others in the future, maybe this season. That'd be pretty cool. For plans for our season for the rest of the winter, they're kind of up in the air right now. I'm hoping to go to Japan in January or February. It's such a dream being there, because we went for the first time last year, that once you go, you're like, man, I just always got to go back because it's that good. And it's such a special place, even outside of the snowboarding, Tokyo, and seeing all the cultural differences of Japan and just being totally immersed in it all is you just want to be there all the time. I almost just want to live there. So we're going to start looking into Japan to see if that is doable for this year. Probably go with my girlfriend Nikki, because she hasn't been, and I want to blow her mind on a exciting snowboard trip of the deepest powder of her life. And if you're thinking about Japan yourself, now is kind of the time to start looking at flights and accommodations. A lot of it can be left sort of last minute, but it's such a popular destination, especially for January and February. It's something you want to definitely start looking at now, especially flights, and especially like Airbnbs and other accommodations, because you could get locked out and that would stink. Check it out. If you have any questions on Japan, drop them on any of the Japan videos of mine, or in any of the live chats. I will be coming out with a video about traveling to Japan, and if that is worth the whole thing. Spoiler alert, it is 100% worth making that whole trip happen. And if you've ever had the thought of wanting to go, or the urge, just book the trip, just buy the ticket and make it happen, because the sooner you go, the sooner you get to go back with the knowledge you had of being there the first time, to make each time better and explore new areas. Just thinking about Japan gets me so excited. I'm going to try really hard to go again this year. But before we do, we'll still have more content coming out about Japan, and if that's a trip you should book, which it definitely is. We've got some gear videos coming up in the next few weeks, along with backcountry videos of missions that we had here in the spring. We had one of the best backcountry seasons I've ever had this year, which went all the way through up until the beginning of June. Last day that we rode here in Colorado, or in Aspen, was like the first few days of June, and that was on Grizzly Peak. That was with my buddy Adam. We ended up doing like a mission like at least once every week, so we got some really big objectives checked off the list, such as Grizzly Peak and Conundrum Peak and the Banana Couloir off Pyramid Peak and Maroon Bells. That was an insane one. So all of those trips will have their own, or missions will have their own videos dropping this fall. That's one of the things I'm most excited about coming up for the next 2 months. So keep an eye out for those videos. And with every video, we will have some behind the scenes stories on the shred letter. So every time we post a video on a Thursday, that following Wednesday, we'll have a little more in-depth look of that video on the shred letter, which is our email newsletter, which I just dropped a link in the chat here for you to check out. And then, yeah, the Monday live chats will be the perfect place for you guys to ask questions about the videos that had just dropped that previous Thursday. So I'm excited to see how that works and to see if you guys are into the lives. This is a new thing for us. I've done like 3 in the past, and they're fun. It's a cool way to get to talk to you guys and hear what kind of content you're looking for, and like what help or certain questions you have. Yeah, it's cool. And every Monday from here on out, 5 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific. Yeah, Mondays at 5, live with Search of Snowboarding. And yeah, thanks for tuning in for the first one, or watching it back after the fact if that's what you're doing. With the live chats, we will have more dedicated Q&A ones or certain topic videos when I have a guest friend or something here talking with me about a certain trip or story from the past. And then I plan to also have maybe little like video premieres on the live chats where we can all be watching like a latest snowboard video that dropped on the big back screen here with the projector shining on it. I think that'll be really fun and cool. I just gotta figure out some logistics about how that's gonna work, because that's one of the nice things about this place too. We can kind of turn it into a full movie studio. We got all the lights on dimmers and the white backdrop like I showed you before. We pull that down and that turns into our projector screen. So we go full movie setup in here. We got a GameCube that we hook up to that to play some Mario Kart once in a while after all the work's done. And yeah, I can't get over this space and how perfect it is for my needs. It's kind of tiny, but we work it. Oh, the thing I forgot, which I'm really excited to, which is hopefully gonna step up our level from here on out, is this bad boy right here. This summer we stepped up the game and got a new camera. We got the the Sony FX3. We got top handle recorder. This is Sony's lowest end cinema camera, or camera in their cinema line. And yeah, so far I've only really used it for my videography work. The only video I've filmed with this so far is the Megadeth review video, which was our first video of the season. But let me show you what it looks like when it's fully set up. Don't have to do much, but we got a nice monitor here. Just goes on the top handle, and boom, we're official. So if you ever see a guy like me at a wedding come up to you and point a camera in your face, just act like you're having a good time, and it makes their job a lot easier. But yeah, hopefully this will help us level up a little bit more, make our videos a little more professional, a little more clear. And yeah, it's all part of the process. This is like a dream camera right here. So really, really happy we're able to make this happen. We got a dream camera in a dream space, dream studio, which we call the cave. And yeah, we're gonna have a sick season of content, hopefully a great season of powder. We're already off to a great start with such a great trip coming out of Argentina. So yeah, things are looking awesome for the near future. If you have any last minute questions, go ahead and drop them in the chat now, because we're gonna wrap things up here in a second. Planning to do the Monday live chats just about 30 minutes long, maybe 45 minutes long if we're really rolling on some good topics. But I think that's going to do it. If nobody has any last questions, thanks for tuning in. Get ready for a new shred letter dropping this Wednesday. Make sure to subscribe to that for free if you're not, so that you can get them sent to your email inbox without thinking about it. And then we've got a new video dropping this Thursday and every Thursday. Until then, we'll see you somewhere on the mountain. Peace.